What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE TV, and I'm talking about Predator Badlands. So the Predator franchise is a weird one. It's probably mostly bad movies at this point. I do have a fondness for that 80s original. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid. But the string of sequels, probably up to Prey, are all disappointing or straight up unwatchable, with the Shane Black one especially putting a real stink on this franchise. And I know I often go on about milking old IP and how tiring and sick of it I am, but there's something kind of charming about the Predator, and there is something to it with how simple it is, how you can remix it into these different settings. And Prey did a good job of that. Putting this creature throughout history in different time periods is a fun hook. And the director-writer Dan Trachtenberg seems to be the right dude to give this franchise a bit of personality or level of enjoyment that doesn't feel like a complete waste of time. He gives off the impression from his filmography that he's found success in spite of the industry, with the pop of 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I'm pretty sure wasn't even supposed to be a Cloverfield movie and had to be marketed that way in order for it to get made. But it's a really solid bottle movie, and working all the way up to now his third Predator movie, he's clearly got a knack or skill set for these popcorn blockbuster action movies, but I think the best of the three being this. And I know I'm a broken record, it's animated, oh I like an animated thing, what a surprise. But this straight to streaming thing that he also directed in 2025, Killer of Killers, was excellent. You can check out my review for this on this channel, I'll put it in the description. We also talked about Prey on Sardonicast a while ago, if you want to hear my thoughts on that in more detail. But Badlands had a few things on its face that looked a bit concerning. Having a Weyland-Yutani alien crossover could have gone horribly wrong or been too fan servicey. I mean, we have two AVP movies and we know what they were like. But it knew what to do with the setting in a way that didn't get bogged down in itself and was self-aware and playful enough and didn't take itself too seriously to the degree where it feels like it's tarnishing anything. And with it being so respectful of your time, this runtime is perfect for a film like this. It doesn't even give you a chance to get sick of it or annoyed by it. And while derivative in ways, it knows exactly what it needs to be to make this story work. When you see this list of Predator movies, Badlands is the only one that had the balls to make the Predator the actual main character. A huge risky move that could have also flopped and tripped on its face. But in that pulpy opening scene, it quickly and effectively raises the stakes, catches you up to speed with the goals of the main character, having him be this runt predator who's got to prove himself and hunt this big beastie on this gnarly planet where everything's trying to eat you. It's a fun hook. The first 10 minutes of the movie are literally two predators talking to each other with subtitled language, which I found endearing. The commitment to the bit, carrying on that kind of 80s corny, likable tone from that original. It does kind of feel like something that would have been released in the 80s if they could have pulled off this level of scope and special effects for the same amount of money. I like that the Predator never speaks English, and while I found some of Elle Fanning's dialogue to not really work for me, the dynamic between these two characters is funny and there are some good jokes with how they're so different and how he's this insane alien that only cares about killing things. But he still has an arc. It's all very simple, there's not much depth, but it's exactly what it needs to be for a film like this. There's some really fun fantasy, sci-fi set designs and locations and establishing shots and creatures, and it is enjoyable to watch this kind of stripped back predator who's lost most of his gadgets having to survive in this horrifying environment with his very knight slaying a dragon goal of retrieving the head of the unkillable Callisk or whatever they call it. They even managed to fit a Dibby in there. Predator's got a Dibby now. That's a decent Dibby. This Dibby has reveals. I did like how Elle Fanning plays two characters, and they're different enough so they feel like they take up different roles in the story. And the commitment to how much of a pain in the ass it must have been to do the visual effects of having this torso being carried around is really funny and charming. This is an insane picture. I guess now I think about it, yeah, this is another one of the movies from 2025 that has the dual characters played by the same actor thing. That was a really weird trend. It's not like even an example of Hollywood egregiously copying each other, it's just a strange, unexpected thing. Not all the effects are perfect, but as I say, for the variety and the scope of what it's doing for its budget, I think it does a good job. And I'm willing to forgive certain hitches here and there if the overall story works, if the overall piece works, and I think it does. It moves quickly, has fun action scenes, and I think I preferred the first act the most, when you're kind of discovering this planet with the character and the dangers and the fears associated with that. But there's some satisfying reincorporation towards the end. And I don't know, I'm just enjoying how this quietly in the background is one of the more quality 80s IP retreads that so many can't seem to get right. It's cartoonish and silly, but damn is it enjoyable. I'd happily watch this again, and I'm curious to see if they allow Trachtenberg to keep doing this, because it seems like he has some kind of plan, which I'm enjoying seeing unfold. It's not deep, it's not going to change your life, but it is a nice bit of escapism, and reminiscent of what corny blockbusters should be. There are multiple times in the action scenes that I was laughing along with the film. It's just what it needs to be, and I'll give this a strong 3-star with a like. Check it out if you're not sick of IP slop. So let me know what you thought of this movie. Did you like it more or less than me? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you on the next vid.